Hello everyone, just recording this quick video to talk about the introspection video. Just wanted to mention we've talked about this in class where the definition of introspection is the examination of one's own mental or emotional processes. Basically the way in which we get to the emotions that we have and viewing how our experiences got us to that point. The introspection of the personal event was a precursor to the final assignment, which was the introspection of the year, right? So you were to take your perspective on a particular event that occurred in your life and view from the emotions that you received from that interaction, how you felt about that interaction. Okay. So by extension, we want to go ahead and do that same thing with the entire academic school year, or the entire academic year. The difference is going to be it's more of a reflection on a longer period of time, which is it dives deeper into who we are because of how we reacted in a number of different instances and events that occurred within our lives, especially this year and all of our lives where we had to experience the earthquakes, the experience of at the end of February there was an outbreak of mycoplasma and influenza, then the COVID-19 outbreak. So it's been a fairly active year, 2020. All right, so although I did ask you to review the year starting from August to Christmas, then Christmas to May, there's certainly much more to talk about from Christmas to May. However, I want you to view the entire year when considering this assignment, because the idea is to reflect on what we've done. And literature is all about using the right vocabulary and the proper wording. A lot of times when we read, what really gets to us the most is simply a good turn of phrase. The way in which an author is able to convey a particular idea that we perhaps never thought of before. That's what to me was always very fascinating about literature, that in describing something that could be possibly mundane, we describe it with words, vocabulary, and a sentiment that we never viewed before that particular instance from. All right, so what we want to be able to do is to attempt to use that same emotion. And although I'm not expecting you to attempt to write literature in a reflection, but in reflection of your school year, it should be able to open up some of the imagination that you have for describing the way in which you viewed the year and how you are able to describe your emotions as different things arose throughout the year. So try to focus on viewing yourself as someone as if it were a character in a story, as if you wanted to tell someone what that character was going through, what that character felt in those instances, and if they were perhaps external. Obviously, this is supposed to be something that's nonfiction. It is how you saw the year, but you do not necessarily have to always describe emotions intensely personally. You can always describe emotions from an external perspective, which sometimes might help with the vocabulary and the way in which we want to develop the language that we use in order to describe our emotions if we create a certain degree of separation. So hopefully this helps some of you with the difficulties that you might have been seeing with creating the video for the introspection of the assignment, which is called My Journey Through the Year. So please, as always, if you have any questions, let me know. Send me an email right on Teams, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.